Now, the reason she's able to change her appearance so drastically is because all octopi have 4 tricks up their sleeve. First, their skin is covered in tiny little sacs called chromatophores, filled with either black, red, or yellow pigment, and then they use their muscles to stretch those sacs like a balloon to achieve any combination of those 3 colors. Then they've got a layer below that called iridophores that bounce back specific wavelengths of light, giving those iridescent blues like peacocks or beetles. Then there's even one more layer that reflects back ambient light called luciphores. On top of all that, they can also use a muscular structure called papillae to change the texture of their skin, creating ridges and bumps. And because they can change any of those in as little as 200 milliseconds, which is literally less than the blink of an eye, it makes them the true masters of disguise in the animal kingdom. Now she was onto the maze, and you can see she opted for the largest hole, which of course means she had the maximum amount of maze ahead of her. And I love this because it's sort of classic Tsushima at this point, but you can see she's willing to play along for quite a while and make just about every possible wrong turn along the way, but then eventually she's over it and just cuts right to the end. And while that's technically an automatic DQ, I took the high road and let it slide, which brought her to the Golden Vault. After a month or so of training on all the obstacles, she had finally done it. And with the tide on her side, she went straight for the door, ripped it off the foundation, and then immediately basked in the sweet, delicious taste of a hard-earned victory in the largest stockpile of shrimp she'd ever seen. And after letting her gorge for a bit, it was time for me to uphold my end of the deal and give her the Finding Nemo happy ending she deserved by driving her 8 hours down the coast back to the exact beach where she was raised. Having figured out and remembered the solutions to all my dumb puzzles, I was convinced she could certainly figure out and remember what it was like to hunt for her own food in the open ocean. And this was a bittersweet moment because there's one octopus fact I haven't mentioned, and that's that their entire lifespan is only about 1.5 years. And as a final act, after laying her eggs, a female will continually watch over and protect them to the point that she stops eating and dies. Which meant in the exact same coves and tide pools that her mother did for her, soon Tsushima would be extending that ever-changing tree of life by one more generation. Only perhaps this time creating a new branch of super intelligent puzzle-solving offspring.